Hello friends, welcome to yet another video at Finance MCQ channel. I am CMA Akula Sridhar. So friends, here we are bringing MCQ lecture series for your preparation of upcoming exam NPS Trust Phase 2. And in today's video, as I promised, I am bringing important highlights of NPS scheme, that is National Pension System scheme, very important for your exam. So without any further delay, let's begin and go through this topic. So friends, first of all, NPS, that is National Pension Scheme, is a government sponsored scheme launched in January 2004, and then it was exclusively reserved for government employees. And friends, later in the year 2009, it was opened for all citizens. And now friends, any Indian citizen including NRIs aged between 18 to 65 can join NPS by opening an NPS account. And friends, NPS account can be opened through POPs, and POP stands for point of presence. So friends, points of presence are basically banks including both public and private sector banks, as well as some financial institutions such as Religare, Aditya Birla Sun Life, then IIFL Securities, etc., who are enrolled as POPs for the purpose of NPS account opening under NPS. And friends, the authorized branches of POPs are known as POPs SPs, that is points of presence service provider. And friends, once your NPS account is opened, you will be allotted a unique 12-digit numeric number known as PRAN, and PRAN stands for Permanent Retirement Account Number. And friends, remember that this unique PRAN is portable across sectors and different locations across India, and a single subscriber can open only one NPS account. So friends, that means if presently your organization is covered under NPS and you do a change of job, so in that case, if the other organization is also covered under NPS, so you don't have to again open a new NPS account. You just have to share your existing PRAN number, and the new organization will remit your contribution against your PRAN. So as I said, only one NPS account can be opened by each subscriber. So friends, when you open an NPS account, you are basically opening Tier 1 account. And friends, Tier 2 account can be opened only if you are having a Tier 1 account. So we can say that Tier 1 account is mandatory, while Tier 2 account is optional. Now friends, let's move on and study some more points of differences between Tier 1 account and Tier 2 account. So friends, the first point of difference, as I said, is Tier 1 is mandatory. That means whenever you are opening an NPS account, you are basically opening a Tier 1 account. So this is mandatory. And Tier 2, as I said, can be opened only if you are having Tier 1 account. And friends, the contribution for opening a Tier 1 account is 500, while if you want to open a Tier 2 account, you will have to spend 1000 rupees. And friends, the minimum amount per contribution in case of Tier 1 is 500, while the minimum amount per contribution in case of Tier 2 is 250 rupees. And friends, every year you will have to spend a minimum contribution of rupees 1000 so that your Tier 1 account remains active. And here in case of Tier 2, there is no such restriction of the amount to be remitted every year. Further friends, if you invest amount in your Tier 1 account, you will get certain tax exemptions which will be covered in the next slide. And friends, further, there are some restrictions in withdrawals from your NPS contributions in case of Tier 1, while in case of Tier 2, you will not get any exemption and the withdrawals are flexible. That means whenever you want to withdraw funds from Tier 2, you can do that just by redeeming your units and the amount will be credited into your account. So friends, as I said, there are some tax exemptions available for investment in Tier 1 account. So let's go through them one by one. So friends, first is section 80 CCD 1, and the other section where will you get exemption is section 80 CCD 2, and finally you will get an exemption under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. So let's take an example and understand these sections. Now friends, suppose Mr. A is working in an organization where NPS is implemented, and friends, suppose his basic is 1,10,000 rupees his DA is, that is dearness allowance, is 40,000 rupees. He is getting an HRA of rupees 15,000, a transport allowance of rupees 2,000. And friends, suppose Mr. A is contributing towards NPS amounting to rupees 15,000. That is Mr. A's contribution. And suppose his employer is contributing towards NPS amounting to rupees 18,000. So overall his gross salary is 2 lakh rupees. Now friends, first of all, his contribution towards NPS, that is 15,000 rupees, will be exempted under section 80 CCD 1, and the maximum limit here is 1,50,000. And friend, next, his employer contribution will be exempted under section 80 CCD 2, and here the amount will be restricted to 10% of basic plus DA. So that is 10% of 1,10,000 and 40,000. So 1,50,000, 10%. So that is 15,000. So friends, here he will get a tax exemption of rupees 15,000 under section 80 CCD 2. And friends, suppose Mr. A, apart from this 15,000, makes a voluntary contribution towards his NPS account amounting to rupees 80,000 in a financial year. So friends, in that case, he will get a tax exemption up to rupees 50,000 under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. So friends, overall he will save 15,000 under section 80 CCD subsection 1, 15,000 under section 80 CCD subsection 2, and 50,000 under section 80 CCD 1B. So overall you will be saving 80,000 rupees. Now friends, as we know that there are some withdrawal restrictions in case of NPS Tier 1, let's go and study them in detail. So friends, first of all, a partial withdrawal up to 25% is allowed in some cases from your NPS Tier 1 account. Now let's take an example of Mr. A, who after 10 years of service has accumulated a corpus of rupees 20 lakhs in his NPS account. So friends, here 10 lakhs would be his own contribution and 10 lakhs would be his employer contribution. So friends, out of his own contribution, that is 10 lakh, he can withdraw up to 25%, that is 2.5 lakh rupees in certain cases. And these cases would be like higher education of his children, then marriage of his children, then purchase or construction of some residential house or flat, or treatment of some specified illness such as cancer, kidney failure, coma, stroke, etc. And friends, suppose in other case Mr. A has accumulated more than rupees 2 lakh, and for example suppose he has accumulated rupees 1 crore. So in that case, at the time of retirement, he will be able to withdraw 60%, that is 60 lakh rupees as lump sum. And friends, this 60 lakh rupees will be tax exempt. And friends, for the remaining 40%, that is 40 lakh rupees, he will have to opt for a annuity service provider, that is ASP. So annuity service providers are basically organizations which will give you pension or annuity, and includes organizations such as LIC, UTI, ICICI, HDFC and other financial institutions. And friends, from this 40 lakh rupees, you will start receiving your monthly annuity or pension. Further, it may please be noted that this pension amount will be taxable. So friends, suppose Mr. A left the organization before turning 60 years of age and joined an organization where NPS is not applicable at all, or he just left the job as he wanted to do a startup. So friends, in that case, if he wants to opt out of NPS before turning 60 years of age and his accumulated contribution amount is less than 2 lakh, so in that case he can withdraw full 2 lakh rupees, and this 2 lakh rupees will be not taxable. And friends, in other case, suppose his accumulated corpus amount is more than 2 lakh rupees, like for example, if we take the accumulated corpus amount to rupees 1 crore, what we took in the previous example, in that case friends, out of 1 crore, only 20%, that is rupees 20 lakh, he can withdraw in a lump sum. And friends, for remaining 80%, that is rupees 80 lakh, he will have to purchase an annuity plan from the annuity service provider. And friends, this annuity service provider will give him annuity right away, and friends, this annuity amount will be taxable. Now friends, if we summarize this withdrawal rule, we get two cases where the subscriber is opting out of NPS at 60 years of age, and the other where he is opting out of NPS before 60 years of age. So friends, at the time of retirement at 60 years of age, he will have to invest 40% in annuity, and 60% he will be able to withdraw in lump sum. And if he withdraws from NPS before turning 60 years of age, in that case he will have to purchase annuity for 80% of the corpus amount, and he will be able to withdraw the remaining 20% in lump sum. So that's all about NPS friends. I hope this video was informative. Do make notes from the video and revise them before the exam, and let me know if you have any queries in the comment box below, and do share your feedback as well. So friends, for more practice of such MCQs, please visit our website financemcq.in, where the entire paper 2 of NPS Grade B exam phase 2 of general stream is brought in MCQ format for practice and quick revision. Friends, here more than 2000 quality MCQs prepared by professionals such as chartered accountant and cost and management accountant is brought to you for practice. Friends, Finance MCQ presents the entire syllabus covering all topics such as commerce and accountancy, costing, economics, finance, Companies Act, management and pension sector in detailed, subject-wise, topic-wise format for thorough preparation of your upcoming exam. And friends, not only this, there's an email support for clarification of doubts raised by candidates while practicing these contents. So practicing at Finance MCQ is the most simple and fastest way to quickly and completely revise full syllabus of paper 2 of the exam. And friends, why paper 2 is important? Because it covers 50% of the total syllabus, with remaining 50% reserved for English subject. Good preparation of this technical syllabus will be a sure shot way for your assured success. And finally, with limited days left for your career defining exam, this practicing content is made available by Finance MCQ at direct 50% discount. So take advantage of this huge discount and subscribe to the course now. The link is given in the description box below. So friends, see you all in the next video. Till then, thank you very much for watching. Take care and goodbye.